The truth is, there are days that come with a hidden price. You don't see it at first. You wake up, scroll your phone, go through the motions. But something inside knows. August 6th is not just a day, it's a test, a crossroad, a silent choice you're making, even if you think you're doing nothing. And that choice, whether made consciously or not, will cost you something. And sometimes, what it takes, you can't get back. You think there's time. You tell yourself you'll begin next week or next month when things settle down. But the moment is now. The moment has always been now. August 6 doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't wait for your readiness. It arrives and it asks you one thing: will you waste it or will you wake up? There is no drama in growth. It doesn't announce itself. It hides in your routines. It hides in your decisions. And August 6 will look like every other day to everyone else. But you'll feel the weight in your chest, the tug in your spirit. A part of you will whisper, this is the day. Don't let it slip. You lose time by not choosing. You lose energy by staying asleep. The cost isn't just inaction. It's regret. Miss enough moments like August 6 and you won't just feel lost. You will be lost. Because nothing external will fix the feeling that you abandoned yourself again. You stayed on the couch when you should have stood up. You kept scrolling when you should have been writing. You distracted yourself when you needed to be honest. This is what people don't understand. Life isn't taken from you in one dramatic moment. It's taken silently in small pieces. Days like August 6 come and they go, and you never even noticed what they were offering. You thought it was just another Tuesday, but it was the door you refused to walk through. And the longer you wait, the heavier that door becomes. No one will save you. No sign will flash in the sky. You are the sign, the voice in your head right now, the discomfort you feel, the resistance, the doubt, all of it is pointing to something. This isn't just motivation, it's a warning. You will lose what you cannot get back if you keep treating days like August 6 as if they don't matter. You are not entitled to tomorrow. That's the raw truth. There are people who woke up yesterday and never saw today. So what makes you think you can throw away August 6? Why do you believe you can keep postponing your own evolution? It takes nothing to stay the same. It takes everything to change. And that's why so many never do it. That's why August 6 will come and go for most people and nothing will shift, because comfort is louder than truth and distraction is easier than discipline. But if you're still listening, if your heart is still open, then there's a fire inside you that hasn't gone out yet. Fan that flame. Stop saying someday. Stop saying maybe. Start saying no. Get up. Move your body. Say no to the things that waste your energy. Say yes to the habits that build you. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your focus. Make August 6 the line you draw in the sand and say, this is where I stop losing myself. It doesn't have to be a perfect day, but it has to be an honest one. You don't need more plans. You need action. You don't need more talking. You need integrity. Because every time you break a promise to yourself, a part of you stops believing in you. And August 6 will be no different unless you make it different. You already know what you need to do. The real problem isn't lack of knowledge, it's lack of commitment. You're afraid of the cost, but you forget you're already paying a price. Every second spent in distraction, every hour spent doubting, every day spent playing small, it all adds up. That's the real loss. So take one step, just one. And let that step become a second. Let that second become momentum. Let August 6 become your beginning, not your excuse. Don't let this day vanish into your past without meaning. Don't let it be another blank page in your story. If you ignore August 6, you might lose what you can't get back. Not because it's special, but because you are. Because every day you choose not to rise is a day you fall further from who you're meant to be. And if you've read this far, then you're not meant to stay asleep. You're meant to wake up now. Sometimes the danger is not loud. It doesn't come crashing through the door. It doesn't scream. It doesn't shake the ground. No, sometimes the danger is quiet. It shows up as stillness, as calm, as silence, and that's why so many miss it. August 6 carries that silence. It doesn't demand your attention. It waits, and in that waiting, it tests who you truly are. There's a kind of silence that brings peace. And then there's a silence that hides your decay. When your goals start to fade, when your drive starts to sleep, it won't make a sound. Your purpose doesn't explode when it dies. It vanishes quietly behind your distractions, behind your excuses, behind the same routine you keep repeating. August 6 is that silence knocking, but most people won't hear it because they've gotten used to ignoring themselves. You think silence is safe. It's not. Silence is dangerous when you've stopped asking the hard questions. When was the last time you truly checked in with yourself? Not a shallow glance, not surface level thinking, but a deep confrontation. What am I doing with my life? Am I becoming someone I respect, or am I just floating? August 6 doesn't need to shout. It exposes you by being still, because in that stillness, you are faced with yourself. No distractions, no noise, just you. And many can't handle that, so they run into their phones, into entertainment, into comfort. But deep down, they know the silence is trying to tell them something they don't want to hear. You're not tired, you're disconnected, you're not lost. You've stopped listening, and the silence of August 6 will reveal it. There'll be no lightning, no storm, just a mirror, a moment, a reflection. And in that moment, you'll have two choices: turn away or face what you've become. That's the truth most run from. Growth isn't always movement. Sometimes growth is about sitting still long enough to see where you've gone wrong. But most people don't want that. They want motivation without confrontation. They want to feel good, not get better. But August 6 wasn't made for comfort. It was made for clarity. And clarity doesn't always feel good. There is a silence before a storm. And there's a silence before transformation. You must learn the difference, because if you mistake the warning signs for peace, you'll fall asleep in the middle of your own battle. You'll mistake stillness for progress. You'll confuse avoidance with calm. And by the time you realize it, it's too late. August 6 is a signal. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it's precise. It shows up to ask, are you awake, or are you drifting? Are you present, or are you pretending? Are you building yourself or just surviving your days? It's easy to nod, to agree, to say, yes, I get it. But none of that means anything if you don't act. If you don't sit down and face the silence of August 6, nothing will change, because growth doesn't begin when everything is loud. It begins when everything is quiet and you finally listen to what your life has been trying to tell you. Look around you. The silence in your relationships, the silence in your health, the silence in your routines, all of it speaks. You just haven't been listening. You've gotten used to it. But that's the trap. When the warning becomes your new normal, you no longer see the danger. You accept it. And what you accept slowly destroys you. So stop just for today. Stop running. Stop covering up the silence. Let August 6 be the day you face it. Not out of fear, but out of respect for what's still possible, for who you could still become. Don't mistake this quiet moment as just another day. This is the eye of your own storm, and how you respond now will echo through the rest of your year. Ignore it and you'll drift further into comfort, further into regret. Listen, and you might finally hear what you've been missing: yourself. Every person reaches a turning point, and that point often arrives without noise. It arrives like August 6, calm on the outside, but holding a storm inside. The choice is simple. Let the silence bury you, or let it wake you up. Because one thing is certain, if you ignore August 6, you won't feel the loss immediately. But the day will come when you realize what it was offering. And by then, what you've lost may no longer be something you can get back. There comes a time when waiting becomes the most dangerous thing you can do. And that time is now. August 6th is not about something happening to you. It's about something demanding action from you. Your future doesn't belong to someone else. It belongs to you. But it's not handed to you. It's claimed through discipline, through decision, and through discomfort. If you think you can wait until life becomes easier, more stable, more predictable, you're lying to yourself. August 6 does not wait. And if you don't move now, you will lose what cannot be replaced. Growth is not a concept, it's a responsibility. You either carry it or you don't. You don't grow by thinking about it. You grow by doing, especially when it's hard. And August 6 is a line in the sand. It dares you to look at yourself and say, am I ready to stop lying? Am I ready to stop running? Am I ready to stop saying later? Because the future is being shaped by what you do now. That's not just a nice quote. It's the brutal truth. Your body, your mind, your spirit, they're not standing still. They're either growing or decaying. And every time you ignore this, every time you treat a day like August 6 as ordinary, you let your future slip a little further away. You don't lose your future all at once. You lose it in moments like this, when you know you should move, but you stay still, when you know what needs to change, but you wait for permission, when you hear the voice inside telling you to rise, but you silence it with comfort. You already know what's required. You don't need another sign. You don't need another motivation video. What you need is to stop pretending you're confused. You're not confused. You're afraid. But fear has never built a future, and August 6 is not about fear. It's about power. The power to choose. The power to break your patterns. The power to say, I've had enough of this version of myself. It's not enough to survive. You're here to evolve, and evolution doesn't wait. It moves with or without you. The world is shifting. Time is moving. And if you don't match that pace, you fall behind. Not just in success, in meaning, in fulfillment, in becoming someone you can respect. There is no guarantee you get another August 6. That's the part most people forget. You're not entitled to time. So what you do with this moment defines you, not your past, not your failures. No, you could start rewriting your entire life today, but you have to want it more than you want comfort. Look around. Who do you admire? It's not the ones who waited. It's the ones who moved. Who took action when it was inconvenient? Who sacrificed when it was uncomfortable? Who made decisions without knowing the outcome, but knowing they couldn't stay where they were? That's what August 6 is asking you to do. Not to be perfect, but to be honest, to be bold, to stop pretending you have time. Because what you don't act on today becomes the regret you carry tomorrow, and you can't get that back. The difference between staying stuck and stepping forward isn't talent, it's urgency. You need urgency. You need to feel that pressure, not from the outside, but from within. Because the cost of ignoring August 6 is high. You might not feel it now, but one day you will. And when that day comes, all the excuses will feel empty. So move, even if it's messy, even if it's unclear, even if it's scary. Move because the future you want is already asking, where are you? Why haven't you shown up yet? Why are you hiding behind comfort when you could be walking toward purpose? Don't expect it to be easy. Expect it to be necessary. Expect it to change you. Expect August 6 to be uncomfortable, because growth always is, but it's also the most honest feeling in the world. It tells you that you're alive, that you're becoming, that you're no longer wasting your potential. This is your time. And if not now, then when? You've waited long enough. You've talked about change long enough. Let August 6 be the day you draw the line, the day you stop losing time, the day you stop avoiding the responsibility of your own future. Because if you ignore this moment, you might lose what you can't get back. Not just time, not just opportunity, but yourself. And you are not someone worth losing. Distraction is the new disease. It looks harmless. It feels normal, but it steals everything from you without making a sound. August 6 is coming, and most people won't even notice. They'll be too busy chasing noise, scrolling endlessly, keeping their minds full and their souls empty. They will miss the chance to take back their life because they didn't see the trap they were in. The trap is always the same. You feel like you're doing something, but you're doing nothing. You keep moving, but you're not going anywhere. The day slips by, and all you're left with is a deeper sense of fatigue and emptiness. And when August 6 arrives, you either wake up or you stay lost. There is no middle ground anymore. Every person wants a better life, but wanting isn't enough. It never was. You must protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Where your focus goes, your life goes. If you can't control your attention, you can't control your future. August 6 is the wake up call. It's the moment that asks, what are you choosing to look at? What are you choosing to ignore? Every time you give your time to things that do not serve your purpose, you lose a part of yourself. Not all at once, slowly, quietly. You sacrifice your goals, your discipline, your dreams just to be entertained. And most people think that's normal. They think being distracted is a part of life. But it's not. It's a choice, a deadly one. There's no mystery to success. There's no secret to growth. It's about what you do when no one is watching. It's about how you use it when the world expects nothing from you. That's what August 6 represents. A chance, a moment, a decision point. It will not scream. It will not beg. It simply arrives and gives you the option: build or break, focus or fade. You think one day doesn't matter. That's the lie. Every day matters, especially the ones that feel quiet, especially the ones that seem ordinary. That's where transformation hides, not in the big events, but in your ability to stay consistent when there's no applause, when no one is telling you to keep going, when it's just you, your thoughts, and your choices. August 6 is the day to cut the noise. It's the day to return to yourself, to remember why you started, to ask yourself the hard questions. What am I doing? Who am I becoming? Why am I allowing myself to waste time like this? Why do I keep giving my energy to things that leave me empty? Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. It gives you your life back. It makes your goals real. It allows you to live with direction instead of drifting. But you can't have discipline if you're always distracted. And you are not the mind. And you will always be distracted if you don't understand the cost of your attention. You've been warned before. You've heard it before. But hearing is not the same as doing. And August 6 is not about hearing anymore. It's about us choosing. You either choose your life or it gets chosen for you. And what the world chooses for you is never what your soul truly needs. There is no success without sacrifice. There is no growth without discomfort. And the first thing you must sacrifice is your addiction to distraction. You must be willing to miss out on what everyone else is doing so you don't miss out on who you're supposed to become. That is the price of a better life. So use this day. Use August 6 as your reminder that you're not here to be average, that you're not here to waste time, that you're not here to survive, but to evolve. Get uncomfortable. Take back your mornings. Protect your evenings. Train your body. Clean your space. Sharpen your mind. Say no more often. Say yes to yourself. Because if you don't, no one else will do it for you. No one is coming to fix your habits. No one is coming to save your focus. It's you. It's always been you. And if you keep giving in to every distraction, you will keep losing pieces of the life that could have been yours. This is not about motivation. It's about responsibility. It's about respect. Respect for your time. Respect for your mind. Respect for your potential. And August 6 is the test of that respect. Will you pass it? Will you stand up and choose to live like your time matters? Or will you keep giving your life away one scroll at a time? You don't have forever, and you don't get this day again. So focus, cut the noise, lock in. Because if you ignore August 6, you might lose what you can't get back. Not just a day, not just a goal, but yourself. The enemy is not always outside. Sometimes it wears the mask of safety. Sometimes it sounds like a soft voice telling you to rest a little longer, to take it easy, to wait until things feel right. That voice is comfort. And while it may seem gentle, it's dangerous because comfort steals more dreams than failure ever will. And August 6th is the day to confront this truth or lose something you may never get back. You've been taught to chase comfort, to seek stability, to avoid pain, but nothing meaningful grows in that space. You don't build strength in ease. You don't develop discipline in luxury. You don't find purpose when everything is soft. And August 6th is not here to make you feel better. It's here to wake you up. You already know what you're capable of, but knowing means nothing if you continue to hide behind comfort. You've been playing safe for too long. You've convinced yourself that waiting is wisdom, but wisdom without action is just regret waiting to happen. And August 6th is your mirror. It reflects who you are and who you could be if you'd stop running from the work. Look at your routines. Look at your habits. Look at what you choose when no one's watching. Are you pushing yourself? Or are you just surviving? Are you building something that matters? Or are you numbing yourself with distractions and calling it rest? Comfort is not peace. It's the slow death of your potential. It lulls you into thinking there's more time. It tells you not today, over and over, until one day you wake up and realize you've become a version of yourself you don't even recognize. And you can't get that time back. August 6 asks for something different. It asks for a break from the illusion. It asks for honesty. You say you want growth. You say you want to become more. But every day you choose what's easy instead of what's necessary. You walk further from that version of yourself. And eventually you forget who that person even was. The life you want will never come from doing what's comfortable. It comes from showing up when it's hard, from staying committed when no one claps for you, from sacrificing the short-term pleasures so you can build something real, something lasting. And August 6th is the reminder. You're not here to coast, you're here to rise. Don't misunderstand. Rest is not the enemy, but rest without purpose becomes a trap. Comfort becomes poison when you stay in it too long. It's not the moment of rest that breaks you. It's the habit of avoiding challenge. The moment you start negotiating with your own greatness, you've already lost. August 6th gives you a chance to reclaim your edge, to remember what it feels like to be hungry again, to wake up and say, I will not waste this. Not because anyone is watching, but because you are watching. And if you don't hold yourself accountable, no one else will. You weren't made to be average. You weren't made to live in a cycle of low effort and high excuses. You were made to build, to move, to push, to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. But none of that lives in comfort. It lives in effort, in pain, in choosing the hard path because it shapes you. Let this be clear. August 6th is not just another day. It's an opportunity, an invitation to step into discomfort willingly, to let go of the false safety that's been holding you back. Because everything you say you want, the discipline, the clarity, the strength, is on the other side of that discomfort. And if you don't act now, if you let this day pass like the others, you might not feel the loss immediately. But one day, and you look back and realize that what you gave up wasn't just a moment. It was a chance, a doorway to your higher self. And you closed it because it felt too hard to walk through. That's how comfort works. It doesn't feel like failure. It feels like nothing. And that nothing builds up until it becomes your life. A life of almost, a life of what could have been. And that's the kind of loss you don't recover from. So today, stand up, make the hard choice. Take the cold shower. Write the uncomfortable truth. Train when your body says no. Speak the words you've been avoiding. Let August 6 be the proof that you can break the pattern, that you can start again. that you can become someone who doesn't need comfort to feel alive because you've built strength in the fire of discomfort. And if you do that, even just for today, you might find what you were missing wasn't rest, it was challenge. The kind that wakes you up, sharpens your mind, reignites your spirit. Don't run from it. Run us toward it. Because if you ignore August 6th, you might lose something comfort will never give you: your edge, your fire, your purpose. And without those, you're not living and you are not the mind. You're only existing. There are some things in life you only get once. You don't get them back, no matter how much you regret, no matter how much you beg. Some things, when lost, are gone for good. Time, character, trust, and purpose. August 6th is not just another day. It's a reminder that there's no rewind button for who you're meant to become. You either act now or you lose it. And once it's gone, you live with the weight of knowing, yeah, you let it slip. People talk about purpose as if it's guaranteed, as if it will wait, as if it will always be there when they're finally ready. But purpose doesn't wait forever. Purpose fades if you ignore it. It grows distant when you pretend not to hear it. And if you keep putting it off, if you keep telling yourself, one day, you might wake up one morning and realize it left you behind. That's what August 6 is about. It's a warning wrapped in silence, a turning point disguised as an ordinary day. You already know what that voice inside is telling you. You already feel the pull. The question is not whether you know your purpose. The question is whether you have the courage to follow it. That's where most people fail. Not because they don't know, but because they delay. They keep pushing it to the side for comfort, for fear, for distractions that feel urgent but mean nothing. You don't get this moment again. You don't get August 6 again. And what you do with it will either move you closer to your purpose or push you further away, not in theory, in reality, because every small action matters. Every ignored opportunity matters. Your life is shaped by these subtle, quiet moments where no one's watching. And this is one of them. If you're still waiting for the perfect time to start, you're already losing. Waiting is the enemy of transformation. Purpose requires urgency, not panic, but clarity, a deep understanding that the future won't build itself. And if you don't step forward now, you might spend the rest of your life trying to recover the person you were meant to be. People think missing your purpose will feel like a collapse, like something loud. But that's not how it happens. It's slow. It's quiet. It's the feeling of waking up every day with a weight in your chest you can't explain. It's looking at yourself in the mirror and wondering where your fire went. It's watching time move while you stand still. August 6 is not loud. It won't announce itself. But if you're paying attention, you'll feel it. You'll feel the pressure, the urgency, the knowing that this day matters, that it's not just another 24 hours, it's a checkpoint, a threshold, a moment where your life can shift if you're willing to show up for yourself. You don't need permission to begin. You don't need to feel fully ready. You just need to say, enough, enough wasting time, enough delaying, enough pretending. Purpose doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be honest. And the most honest thing you can do on August 6th is admit where you've been hiding from your own life. If there's a decision you've been avoiding, make it. If there's a conversation you've been delaying, have it. If there's a habit you've been postponing, begin it. You will never be able to go back and reclaim what today offered. So take it, take the discomfort, take the doubt, take the step because your future depends on it. This isn't about intensity. It's about alignment. Are you aligned with the person you say you want to become? Or are you living a life that contradicts your own truth? August 6 is your accountability. You either keep drifting or you correct your course. And if you're thinking, I'll start tomorrow, remember this. Every tomorrow is built on what you do today. You want purpose, then move like someone who respects their own time. You want transformation, Then act like someone who refuses to waste another moment, because one day, not far from now, you'll either thank yourself for what you did on August 6th kill, or you'll feel the ache of what you didn't do. That's the difference. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's the willingness to show up when it's quiet, to rise when no one's cheering, to take action when no one's forcing you. That is where purpose lives, in the moments that test your commitment, not your comfort. So don't let this day disappear. Don't treat August 6th like just another date on the calendar. Treat it like a door that only opens when you decide to walk through it. And if you let it pass with excuses and distractions, you may lose what you cannot get back. Not because it was taken from you, but because you gave it away, and deep down, you'll know. So choose now. Choose fully. Choose August 6th before it's gone,